Is it not playing the thing?
No, it's not doing the thing.
Why is it not doing the thing?
Make it do the thing.
I don't know.
All right. Hi, everybody. Give us just a second.
Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
We're not qualified.
Who are you?
Explorers in the further regions of experience.
I will do this thing. If you do not listen, then the hell with you.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 170th episode of Abyssal Musings. It's not Abyssal Musings, it's Screaming. Jesus Christ, I cannot win today. It's Screaming to the Void. We're on Screaming into the Void. That's the show we're doing today. Holy crap.
Wow.
Hey, dude, you want me to do it this time?
No.
He's already fucking it up anyway.
It's done.
We get that toast, bro. We just need one good solid take.
Oh, this has got to be like the most greatest intro ever of all time that we've ever done on this channel. Like even back when I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And here's the kicker, folks, out there in chat world. I should know what I'm doing at this point. I've done almost 1,000 fucking hours of podcasting on this channel.
One would think.
I mean,
Age is really catching up to you, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Being a billion-year-old outsider from beyond the infinite might make it a little difficult to keep track of day-to-day activities in the human realm.
Yeah, stupid fat tentacles always hitting the wrong keys. Anyway, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. The show where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like. There's some stuff to cover today. My name is Samuel the Infamous, and back from hiatus, at least for the moment, green-haired anti-liberal.
What's up?
Oh,
Hello.
she's festive.
I don't know if I'm going to make it next week, so
Fair enough.
if
fair
you're
enough.
even going to have it.
Who
Oh
are
yeah,
you?
we're doing it next week. Yeah.
And where is GHAL? You have both cleavage and festivities.
Yes,
we-
I was making up for being gone for over a month.
Ah, fair
You need
enough.
to raise your seat a little bit.
He's like, I'll just ignore you guys for over a month, but
I guess I'll just
titties.
stand at my desk. Is that better? I'll just like.
Okay, you need to do that again.
No, here I'm standing, everybody.
Without hands.
All is forgiven. All is forgiven.
Bless you, my child.
Welcome back, Gal.
The things we do for the show.
Right?
Yes.
Yes, we definitely we also have with us the inimitable, even though he for some reason still hasn't looked up that word, Caucasian Sasquatch.
Nice. Hi, how you doing? What's going on? You know, I heard some terrible things this week and some wonderful things this week, and I figured I'd drag that shit out, kick it just like you don't to kick a dead cat.
Indeed. We also have joining us late to the program. It's fine because he missed all the fuck ups. Shadow of Hawk.
Hello.
Hi. I wasn't sure your mic was working.
I was trying to think of something snarky to say, and I decided that would be a waste of time.
I'll
Nice.
take hello. Hello is fine. So, for those of you unfamiliar with the show, although I doubt very many of you are at this point, this is a show where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like. Sometimes we bring up topics. Sometimes we just whinge it. And I meant whinge. I did not mean to transpose that with wing. You know, and yeah, it goes where it goes. Sometimes we do fun stuff, sometimes we do sad stuff, sometimes we do a mix of both, and sometimes we just yell at each other a lot, and Gal bounces her titties and all is forgiven. So
I've never purposely tried to do that, so I didn't know they actually had bounce.
You did good. You did very good. For a first try, that was magnificent.
Right? Next up, twerking.
I
No.
may very well clip that and use it for the introduction video for the channel. You know, the one that plays automatically. Way better than the stupid shit I've got up there now. I'm complimenting you, darling. Don't you dare. You're turning a shade of red that's slightly upsetting to me.
First stream back in a couple of months and immediately bullying her.
Right. Well,
Bullying me with
volunteered.
compliments. Like I don't. I just
Yeah, this is called love bombing.
yeah, if we were being mean, she could handle that shit.
Right.
I'm used to that shit.
Yeah, that'd work well. But the fact that we're like, yeah, would you like a drink? Can I get you some pumpkin spice latte? I mean, thirsty girl, let me feed you.
All right. So before we get into it, I'm going to say hello to the chat who has been very patient with us. You know, we're working
with that
shit backstage and trying to get shit rolling, but here we are. First up, we got Jack Tar Lad. Hey, brother, good to see you, man.
What's up,
Artie, howdy. We got Aaron Laura in the chat. Mod extraordinaire. We have Old Blindy with us. Good to see you, man. Let's see who's also accusing me of basically being Hassan Piker. You know what? It might not be so good to see you anymore, dude. I have Jacob Gallo. Howdy, Jacob. Let's see, scrolling down. We have and here we go. We've got I want Chipernoj. Am I reading that correctly?
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm reading the Schedule 3 penalties.
Fair enough. Yeah. Anyway, welcome in. If I fucked up your name, I apologize. We've got Izzy Pop. Howdy, Izzy. Good to see you. It's going to be one of those kind of days, folks. I'm just going to be like,
I see that
all over the fucking place, man. It's fine.
Hi.
End of the year, it doesn't matter. Hi, Lapo. Good to see you, man. We have Oklahoma Law Audits. Welcome in. All right, let's
Oklahoma
see.
Outlaw Audits.
Is it Outlaw Audits?
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't read today.
Dude.
What the hell?
Are you okay?
No. I feel like I might have been hit in the head while I was sleeping.
I need to drive up there.
More so that wouldn't happen no more.
Right? We got Yankee School with us. Welcome in. I'm just going to be all over the fucking place, man. Lord help us, Tampa. Good to see you. Welcome. Independent, many united. Good to see you. I think I got that one right.
Yeah.
All right. I think that might. No, I'm still scrolling. There's been a lot of chats. So appreciate you guys being here. Welcome in, everybody, each and every one of you. We got Lil Cam Dog. Welcome in.
Overzealously.
Art by Kenzo. Howdy. Good to see you. Also, that was really fun, that animation earlier. I enjoyed the shit out of that right before I went to sleep, which might be why my brain is rotted right now.
Don't blame Kenzo.
You know what?
How
He's
dare
been blamed for a lot worse than that. All right. I think, yeah, let's see. I think that's everything. Yes, I do think. I think sometimes I do. She's being mean. I was so nice to her at the top of the show too, despite my many flubs.
I currently have reasons to be forgiven for all things I do today.
Right.
You're totally forgiven immediately. And when I go back and watch it, I'll forgive it again.
Yeah.
That's you, my child. Now clap without hands. I'm looking at these the Schedule 3 change from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. It's not a huge improvement. I'm gonna be honest. Looking at
start with that?
If you wish, it's nuts. It's kind of wild. Punishment for Schedule 3 drug offenses varies significantly between federal and state jurisdictions and depends on whether the charge is for possession, sale, or trafficking, and if it's a first or repeat offense. So to start, Everybody knows the whole Schedule 1 thing with the specific exceptions that were carved out for marijuana possession up to an ounce, right? But if you cross state lines with it, all bets are off. That's fucking going to prison, bro. So here we are. Simple possession, first offense, imprisonment for up to 1 year and or a fine of at least $1,000. Okay. All right. But if this crosses state lines, that's completely out, right?
Well, yeah, because then you're, transporting across state lines,
Trafficking.
potentially with the intention to sell, which is
All right.
like not just one crime. That's like 4. So,
Right. I got you. It's out the window. Right. Sale, distribution, first offense for most Schedule 3 substances. Not sure what that means. Imprisonment for up to 5 years and a fine of up to $250,000. Individual fine. Or a 1 million, I guess that'd be a RICO type. Something like that, where it's a group. Or both. Both. You can get hit with both. They can both fine you as a part of a group and then again as an individual in the same case. Seems like double jeopardy to me, but whatever.
Well, it isn't double jeopardy, right? So it's very, very loosely. I mean, but yeah, if you get charged in a RICO case, right, everybody's getting charged together. The reason that a lot of times they'll do that is because they can't get individual charges to stick. But that doesn't mean that they're not still charging you with those individual charges. It's just, so technically it's not double jeopardy because typically you don't get convicted on both.
Right. It's the same reason they can hit you in silver court for a murder that you were acquitted of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. Okay. So, sale, distribution. Wait, no, I've already just read that. Trafficking, first offense for other substances in any amount. Imprisonment for not more than 10 years or not more than 15 years if death or serious bodily injury results. A fine of up to $500,000 individual or $2.5 million as a group.
Okay, so we're still talking about marijuana, right?
This is the Schedule 3 penalties that has been moved out of Schedule 1 into this penalty bracket.
Okay. In which case that would apply to more than just marijuana.
Yeah, this would apply to stuff.
Okay, that's why I was confused because it was like if death or something results, like I'm thinking to myself, I mean, unless it's cut with fucking fentanyl or there's something else.
This was trafficking. So if they try to run, if they cross state lines and the feds get after them and they run and somebody dies in the process of the chase, this addendum kicks in and it can be increased up to 15 years and more money. Repeat offenses. Penalties often double or increase substantially for second and subsequent convictions, sometimes including mandatory minimum sentencing. That doesn't seem like a huge improvement to me, right?
I mean, this, like, I'll be honest with you. I never paid too much attention to like Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3 kind of classifications, right? Even back in the day when I knew more about how this sort of thing worked. So I'm not 100% up on all that anyway. Like, for instance, we knew when I lived in Colorado years ago, they upped the penalty for personal possession for personal use of a single tab or hit or drop of LSD to mirror the sentence for manslaughter, which is a 25-year mandatory sentence. Right. But I don't know what classification that would fall under exactly.
All right. I got the Schedule 1 things up now. And you're gonna see immediately why I don't think this is an improvement. This is just a transfer of issuance. All right. So punishment for Schedule 1 drug offenses varies widely depending on whether it is prosecuted under federal or state law, the specific substance involved, and the quantity and the nature of the offense, whether it's possession, distribution, trafficking, and the offender's criminal history, right?
Mhm.
Schedule 1 drugs are defined as substances with high potential for abuse and no currently accepted medical use.
Okay. So, okay.
And that's essentially the difference between them. Simple possession, first offense, 1 year in prison or a fine of at least $1,000. Trafficking, penalties for manufacturing, distributing, or selling vary significantly by the drug and the quantity of and prior offenses. Can result in imprisonment of not less than 5 years, but not more than 40, with multiple fines up to $5 million per individual. And then there's mandatory minimums associated with them. Large quantities of certain drugs, i.e. a kilogram or more, trigger this. But then look at the state of Georgia. Like the state of Georgia takes it down to a gram, 4 grams, 28 grams, and that's 1 to 3 years. Up
For
to
less
8
than a
years.
gram? Good God.
Well, yeah, 1 to 3 years for a gram or less. Right.
I mean, look, I'm not a fan of marijuana. I never have been.
That's retarded.
No, it's not. It's the stuff that makes people fucking stupid. But it's not on the same fucking level as like heroin. You know,
Fucking methamphetamines, bro.
just
Go
not.
drag it to the smoke a joint. You'll feel better for it. That's not medical advice.
I won't actually. I
Drugs
developed
are
an
bad,
allergy to
kids.
it. It just makes me fucking physically ill. Like I vomit a lot. So
Sure. Yeah, no, I've been there. Like, and this is a weird thing. It's called, I think it's called cyclic vomiting. If I wake up in the morning, I drink me a cup, or if I wake up in the morning and smoke a joint, I'm fine. Cough a little bit, I'm good. I wake up in the morning, drink a cup of coffee, 1 sip of coffee, and hit a joint. I will projectile vomit cigarette butts I ate under the porch when I was a kid. Like that shit will come out of my toes. And it's the coffee. It doesn't happen with hot chocolate. It doesn't happen with hot soup or oatmeal or anything else. Coffee specifically is just like rejected. And it's wild. I think my wife fucks with me. She'll see me get a cup of coffee and she lights a joint. She's like,
no.
I don't want to hear it.
So, Mind Stretcher, welcome in. It says, don't blame stupid on weed. That's bogus. So I'm not blaming stupid on weed. I am well aware that stupid exists in the wild on its own. I'm just saying that sometimes weed can contribute to the growth of stupid.
I can't. All right. So I had a buddy of mine named Jesse, and he is exactly an example of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Pretty decent kid, unless he was high as hell. He dumb as fuck.
Right. I mean, you know, like there have been a few people I've known my own self who were very smart once upon a time, and then decades of just fucking wake and baking every day. Still pretty smart. Half as smart as they were.
Starting to feel. Listen, hold on. And I'm going to say this to you, although it's really directed at Ardent and that cheeky comment he left. I have to deal with you stupid motherfuckers on a daily goddamn basis, and I'm gonna have to repeat myself this many fucking times. I deserve to be half as dumb as you are. Let me hit my joint on my way out the door before I have to deal with you people.
Hey man, I'm not saying you can't do it. I don't particularly care. I personally, it's one of those things I never cared for. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of it. I don't like the fact that people are idiots on it. I don't like the fact that I'm all constantly hungry and nauseous at the same fucking time. You know, like I don't fucking like weed. I've never liked weed, even back in the day. You know. So, okay, but I do think all that to say that I think 1 to 3 years for less than a fucking gram of personal possession is a little excessive.
Just a little. No, I've always felt like it was truly draconic. You see, I was a 70s baby. So I grew up through that whole war on drugs. This is your brain on drugs, you know. You work more hours so you can buy more Coke, so you can work some more hours so you can buy more Coke generation, right? And I'm sorry, like that wasn't the feel of it in the streets. It wasn't like drugs were coming and attacking people. It wasn't like that. There were people choosing to go do these drugs, and then it became a problem. And education has gone much farther to limiting the damages some of these things cause. And I would argue that a lot more damages have occurred from legitimate big pharma than from illicit crack cocaine and the illicit drugs. With the exception perhaps of fentanyl. I mean, it's an odd man out.
Yeah. I'm curious as to what the two people on the panel who I'm relatively certain don't really fuck around with it at all. I have to think about this.
I think it should be legal just like alcohol is legal because I've seen way too many people's lives ruined by alcohol in comparison to a lot of people's lives who've been smoking it for decades and it's not ruined their life. So I'm of the Erin Laura opinion, I believe, that she provided earlier in the chat. And yeah, Georgia, y'all excessive.
Far excessive, yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Like insanely excessive.
Listen, 6 years ago, when that whole everybody go sit in the closet and think about the things you've done, right? Took place. I built a aquaponics system because I was absolutely positive that they were going to federally legalize marijuana. And that if that happened, Georgia would at least decriminalize it to the point where I could have another. I built an entire 3-tier multi-stage drain, like brain sweat for days, aquaponics system, and ran it for 5 years until I went, this shit's never going to happen. These dinosaurs are not going to do it. We're going to have to change the guard.
Yep.
I like how Erin caveats this at the end with it's not because I'm Canadian. I think she's still mad at me because I went on a tear about Canada last week.
I do also want to clarify, I practically despise marijuana and I still think it should be legal. I hate the smell of it.
I agree. When you compare it to alcohol, I completely get that. Alcohol will kill you.
Yeah.
Yep.
All by itself. Like
Yep.
I'm not talking about accidents or drunk driving or any of that stuff. I'm saying the stuff itself will just rot your insides.
Yep.
Over time. Like, especially just, and I'm putting this out there just for my Canadian followers, specifically Erin Laura, especially Canadian whiskey.
Ghastly, without an attitude.
That fucking rock gut you guys call a drink.
It's killing. It apologized twice, but I almost died.
Personally, I feel like I'm on the opposite end of GHAL's perspective, where I just fundamentally hate libertarians and believe that marijuana possession should come with the death penalty specifically to fuck with them.
You see,
it's not just going to affect them, though.
I don't care.
Goddamn, dude.
Jesus.
Why is your hate so pure, though? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's an ist or an obia that I could like beat you with. Somebody find my victim card there. I lost it.
Because 90% of libertarians I've met in real life are anarchists without the follow through, and they stink of weed.
Right.
So,
well, sure,
FYI,
but
the only reason that my online name is anti-liberal is because I didn't know where I stood politically until I took a political test, and even those are whatever. But I'm basically a libertarian. So, hi.
Libertarians, in my experience, tend to be like, you can do whatever the hell you want to do, provided it doesn't affect me. The problem with that is all of those people doing whatever the hell they want to do does affect you directly.
I don't disagree with that. I don't understand all the nuances of fucking politics. I don't want to. I find it annoying, irritating, and stupid. And that's why I say, like, sort of. I'm like a right-leaning libertarian type of whatever, but I don't necessarily know all of their beliefs. But I believe I would be considered a little L, not a big L libertarian.
Yeah, me with the rage baiting dropped. My biggest issue with libertarians is the whole I'll do me, you do you mentality. Because assuming you live in a society where that doesn't create issues of someone doing something actively destructive to the society, if you're just doing the bare minimum for yourself and not actively supporting the community in a meaningful way, everything will degrade if everyone just does their 9 to 5 and goes home and smokes weed, which will just create problems. And that's assuming people don't actively go out of their way to create problems, and then people don't get involved because it doesn't affect me, which is more realistic.
Yeah, which is the problem, because somebody will inevitably actively go out of their way to create problems, like Shadoo.
Mm-hmm.
I just read this. I hate you.
And then the rage baiting aside on the marijuana issue, I genuinely don't give a fuck. If a town wants to make it legal, let them make it legal. If a state wants to make it legal, make it legal. I just would like to reserve my right of association to determine whether or not I discriminate against a person with my space if they smoke weed. If they smoke weed, I don't want them in my house or business if they won't stop doing it while they're in my home or business. That's more or less my stance.
Well, no,
I'm with you on that.
Couch and blaze up a fucking blunt like Snoop Dogg, dude. I have some couth. Calm down. Jeez.
Yeah, no, I think that's
you don't like weed. I'm not going to come in your RV and hotbox that fucking thing. Where is this coming from? I feel so targeted.
It's more of again, it's just the kinds of people I've met in real life, either on campus or at work, where you're not actively smoking it, but I can smell it on you.
Gotcha. I get it. I'm not bitch.
Yeah, where you have like absolutely no decorum and no respect for the people around you. Same thing with motherfuckers who walk around in hentai shirts or sweatshirts. Like, why are you watching what is porn?
I feel like
when you're walking
put a
around.
different shirt on now.
No,
absolutely
no, you should not.
There's nothing. I'm talking about actual pornography, okay?
Shut up, egg. Talking about titties.
So, a couple years ago, I got invited onto my friend Static 2020's channel to get kind of interviewed with him. He wanted to have a discussion about like a bunch of different stuff like faith and all that kind of thing, but we ended up talking a little bit about politics too, and it's still up on his channel if y'all want to go watch it. Which I feel blessed because like I'm one of like 2 interviews that he's got on his channel. The other one, I think, I don't remember who the other one was, but it was a good one as well. And anyway, in it, we were discussing things about like libertarianism and that sort of thing, because I have some things that I do kind of agree with libertarians on, generally speaking. But I, like GHAL, I would say probably little L, because there are other things, specifically what Ardent was bringing up in the chat. The whole non-aggression principle is fucking retarded. It is retarded as fuck. If you want to fucking live Mad Max style, you're gonna need to fight back at some point. I'm sorry. You know?
Precisely.
Non-aggression only goes as far as it goes, and it hits a brick wall of violence.
Right. And secondly, like, just because you think you're happy in your little commune or whatever, you're like growing your carrots and shit, and you live out in the middle of nowhere, you got your own little property and all that shit, doesn't mean that there isn't some other motherfucker down the road who's got a bunch of guns and a bunch of fucking dudes in hockey masks and like football pads and a whole lot of not much else. Who's gonna roll up on you and be like, I want your shit and you're gonna give it to me now? Like,
ever tell you why I love libertarians? I love libertarians. Libertarians are my favorite political type, and here's why. When the end comes and the shit hits the fan, me and my goons with the hockey mask are going to show up, take your shit, and you're going to be conscripted into the Sasquatch, Georgia 1st Militia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's going to end up like their whole ideal society is everybody's free to do what everybody wants. But what you're going to end up with is the factions in The Walking Dead.
Yeah. They are literally communists without the desire for an authoritarian, without the desire for a totalitarian state or the acknowledgement you would have to absolve private property.
Sure, but we're going to make you squeal like a pig.
You sure do got a pretty mouth.
You sure do got a pretty mouth, boy.
Try that shit after the world ends, and I'm putting a cap in at least one of you in Minecraft.
I mean,
So
we've already passed that point if we've gotten to this conversation.
the whole idea of the non-aggression principle or whatever it was, I think is what it's called, whatever. Behind that is also the idea of utopia can exist. And people who believe that utopia can exist are retarded.
Yeah, this is a concept we've covered many, many, many times on this channel. Utopia is a fucking myth.
And I
Really a mental illness.
equate those things because that's ultimately what the non-aggression principle would want to take place. Because that would mean that human nature doesn't exist and everybody could live and sing Kumbaya together without a worry in the world, which is utopia. And it's literally not possible.
No, it isn't.
There's no figuratively in this at all. There is always going to be evil in the world because it has to balance the good.
Yeah, and the only way that works is if you fundamentally alter what human beings are, which is, to my mind, every bit as evil.
There are two types of people in the world. There are those people who believe in a utopia. It can be done. And those people who do not. The real defining quotient here is whether this is a religious individual or a political individual. Because the political guy is nuts, but the religious guy might have somewhere to hang his hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's nonsensical wishful thinking. A lot of the libertarian ideals are basically just like, well, as opposed to looking at how the world is, they look at how they think the world should be, and they have no plan as to how to realize that besides fucking eventually trampling on somebody else's rights, which they claim they're against.
This is why I prefer all martial arts. The baser functioning of it is know how to protect yourself, but do not seek out violence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you learn to fight so you don't have to.
This utopia, in my opinion, is because of women, like the idea of it, because women are by nature not wanting to be the aggressors because, like I said, by nature, men know that they will have to be aggressive at some point in life. Real men, not the ones that are riddled with estrogen that is just in our water supply right now, know that someday they may or just will really have to assert some sort of aggression or violence towards someone because they have to protect anything and everything that they love.
Right.
Women are not the ones by nature who have to do that. Now, I will admit that I am perfectly fucking willing and capable of doing it depending on the situation.
Good girl.
But it is not something that is inherent in me to initiate. And it is in men by design, and it is necessary to be that way. And this is why as I age, the more and more I want women back in the kitchen because they need to be taking care of the household and stop ruining the outside world with their stupid beliefs.
I'm sorry, but I just came a little bit.
Like, I don't say that like to sound freaking hyperbolic or anything like that. It's just the reality of nature. And everyone has the capability of violence within themselves. It's just, no, I will never be president because I know how emotional I am. Once or twice a month, I will just break down for no reason. I know that was a joke, old blindy, and thank you. I appreciate it. But the closest I would ever get would be is first lady and support
a woman's mind's cleaner than a man. Maybe she should be president. But then again, the only reason it's cleaner is because she changes it 3 times a day. So,
yeah. They're called hysterics for a reason. That's true. That is true. Real quick, old Blindy had said something that caught my eye here. He says, go to a Mormon or a JW. I'm assuming that means Jehovah's Witness meetup, and thousands of people being peaceful and getting along. Here's the thing, and I agree with you. They're generally very pleasant get-togethers. They are not without rigid structure and hierarchy
and food. for at least
right, which is kind of where the libertarians, you're like, oh, we can be, we can be basically anarchists, but commies at the same time. That's not it.
No.
You can't have that kind of like peace without some kind of structure, some kind of hierarchy. And the Mormons and the Jehovah's Witnesses have that. They're not generally in your face with it, but it does exist there. And so
because if you have no authority or central arbiter, like let's say for example you do make the commune with like 100 families, and then one family thinks the guys next door stole one of their chickens, using a Tim Pool example, and so you go next door and it's like, hey dude, you stole my chicken. No, I didn't. I know you stole my chicken. Dude, I didn't. Let me in your house. No. Like, okay, comes back with a rifle to break down the door to find the stolen chicken. If you just leave it to the families, someone's getting shot, you're seeing a blood feud, and that 100 families, best case scenario, goes down to 99 families. Most likely scenario, double-digit body count, or double-digit family loss count. Whereas if you have a central authority...
Yeah. All right, now I'm definitely being targeted. Stop it.
Have a central authority, dude, you stole my chicken. No, I didn't. Fine, let me go to the central authority, and then you let the central authority stole it.
Or that could just as easily describe all that shit in Serbia too, man. I mean, I think it was probably a lie in that case, but
in short, you've described every major war of the past 300 years.
Yes, absolutely, a lack of central authority binding everything together, or a central authority that is being too aggressive in the binding. Absolutely.
Yeah. He said, Ardent Party says, I'll consider the Mormons, but I have no interest in the JWs. So I would agree with you, because the Mormons know how to laugh and have a good time, because they don't think fun is a sin.
Without alcohol.
Yeah. So whereas the JWits, they're very dour people.
They can't even celebrate their own birthdays. Like,
they can't even take a joke. I mean, they show up just one time and you're cleaning your shotgun and talking in hillbilly speak, and they never come back.
I just told them that I was going to go get my shotgun, and they should probably not be standing on my porch when I got back.
No, my brother used to have fun with them. He'd invite me in. Sit down, break down a shotgun, start cleaning it right there in front of them, talking about how the good old days used to be.
They've had this conversation before, at least 2 other times. I've been there for both.
So I'm getting deja vu from this conversation.
Yeah, I know. My brother's a lewd.
Sam.
Yes.
Literally had this conversation with you yesterday, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done this 3 times?
No, like it was on a phone call.
I don't know. I'm afraid we're going to have to put the hole. Do we have any holes for any deep ancient ones?
No,
go to sleep. Let's
go ahead and let's move on. Like we'll kind of sort of bridge the gap with a little bit of a segue. It's not a great segue, I'll mind you, but y'all remember Mouse Utopia. Sasquatch talks about it a lot. It's evolving into transhumanist VR shit.
Can I post a short video?
This actually doesn't have anything. Yeah, go ahead and bring that up, but we're going to go through this first. Now, this is not strictly Mouse Utopia. This is just experiments on mice, which is the tie-in here. But apparently, they've been putting them in fucking VR in Doom, and now they're giving them triggers.
Trigger mouse.
Are we making the motherfucking Skaven right now?
Trigger mouse. No. We just found another one of our arch nemesis.
Right.
A jizz man from space. It's Trigger mouse. And he can be like a hamster in one of those balls that runs around, except that little ball is just like the ball in Vegas that has the VR thing set up on it.
Oh, that'd be cool. The sphere.
Trigger mouse. Runs a bunch of robots around like Doom guy.
Right.
When one dies, another one's deployed.
Oh man. So they're doing weird shit with mice brains.
I'm not happy about this, but let's hear it. You know there are going to be NPCs in the games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I literally just had that horrific realization of ripping out of taking a mouse, training it to do a thing, ripping its fucking brain out and sticking it into a processing system, and then utilizing that for either military purposes or first-person shooters.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is put the gerbil inside one of those little balls and let it run around inside its own little environment while it's taking over the world with like Ultron.
Researchers who trained rats to play Doom in virtual reality just gave them a major upgrade. Now they can actually fire at their enemies. In case you're not familiar, because why would you not be familiar with this? You can put rats and mice into virtual reality. One of the perhaps important things to note is that having mice run VR mazes is not new, and it's often done in medical sciences, particularly neurosciences. This can involve a panorama or tiny goggles, which mice wear, kind of like the Oculus Rift. Researchers have also been trying to incorporate more sensations like sound that can come from a certain direction so they can convince the mice they are actually in this environment. Typically, we'll see this in areas of neuroscience that monitor the progression of neurodegenerative diseases, or say if you gave a mouse an induced stroke and then replaced part of its brain with a human brain organoid, yes, a tiny human brain you can grow from stem cells, they might want to test how well it's able to move in a 3D space.
There it is.
This is why I drink.
So my first question would be, who spent the time and energy to not only, think up, but then design and build tiny VR goggles?
Hey, dude, look, have you ever seen those little tiny build channels on YouTube? They'll build anything, dude. Just that's the least of the problem here. Little goggles. We built goggles for chickens and pigeons and all sorts of other shit. Yeah, sure, mouse goggles. They exist. I'll buy that. That's not even a scientific endeavor, and I guarantee you they're real. I'm more concerned with how you figure out that you can grow human brain stem cells inside of a mouse brain and just casually drop that shit on society on a Tuesday.
See, Squatch, if they didn't do that, that wouldn't be retarded enough. Anything stupid, if there's an alternative, the answer is that's not retarded enough.
I mean,
these are chimeras, bro. These are literal monsters of fable.
Oh,
yes,
100%. 100%. You can grow a human penis on a mouse.
Fucking shit.
And not making chimeras wasn't retarded enough, so they had to make chimeras.
Yeah.
I need a shower. Need something light. I don't like this. All right.
I don't think GHAL does either. Judging by the twitching.
I think I'm on. Shit.
Yes, we used to put mice in physical mazes, but that's kind of gone by the wayside. I don't know about you, but the idea of setting up a tiny virtual reality system for a mouse sounds like it's now introducing more variables rather than less. I guess one of the benefits is that you can model and design the maze and change it so you don't have to physically build anything, but I always enjoyed the building part of science. You can model how an animal is memorizing their physical space by monitoring their brain patterns, and some researchers have even deleted memories. Yeah, that happened.
Was she one of the mice?
I was about to say she looks like a mouse.
Not as far as I know. No, she
hold
is.
it in any longer. I'm sorry.
She is. I mean, look, like here I am. MSPF says Narf, and I
Narf.
I kind of get it. Honestly, I don't like ragging on people, for their appearances or whatever. But she does kind of look a little bit like Pinky from Pinky and the Brain.
Didn't she get cast to play Pinky in the live-action Pinky and the Brain?
I don't believe so.
Out?
She is a scientist and a professor who teaches young minds. That's what she does for a living.
And John Cena was a dude who got thrown around a ring and the shit beat out of him while beating the shit out of other dudes, and he's an actor as well. Don't limit yourself to just one career path, Sam. You could be anything.
She's not limiting herself. If you follow her fucking page, she also writes extremely disturbing dystopian fiction.
Dude, I hate you for finding out this chick exists. Because here's the thing. You can quantify everything wrong with modern dystopian society with her videos. You don't have to go afield anywhere. You can just pick them, a random 25 of them, and you've got a decent cross-thatch of what's wrong with the world. And she's thumbs-upping it and talking about what a great progress we're making.
It's hard to tell sometimes, too, whether she's for or against something because she always uses that same exact cadence, even when she's saying shit like, yeah, I don't think this is a good idea. Which is a rare occurrence, I will grant you, but it does happen.
I mean, good for her. She's entirely capable of seeming unbiased and dispassionate towards the news, which would be nice if more people were able to do.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
the things that she says sometimes in support of the dystopian things she's talking about, that's one of the main reasons why I couldn't hold back any longer about the comment on her looks.
Yeah, no, I get you.
What gets me is like, it's not often, but occasionally she does sound a little excited about some shit, and it's always in the darkest tier of the deepest, most malevolent use of something.
Right, dark science.
The organoids video she did, the first one, like she sounded like she was about to nut while she was discussing it. That's not normal.
No, I agree with you on that. That's
looks not that gal.
And here we keep coming back to this lady's content for a reason, is because that she is one of the few people out there who, like, however she presents it herself,
she's
is
talking about it.
kind of irrelevant, but she is talking about it. We are hearing about stuff that we otherwise wouldn't.
Yes, I will give her that grace too.
Whether or not that's a good thing. I mean, I'm not saying this is going to help any of y'all sleep better, but at least you know that what they're doing behind the scenes a little bit.
He just wants
my
to
sleep was already shit.
When this shit's keeping him up at night, he wants to know he's keeping you up at night so that y'all can be up at night together.
That's fair.
Apart, but together. Same, but different.
But still same.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute, Sam. Is this just one big scheme to keep people awake for your freaking video game streams? Is that all this is? Is that all this is?
It's not quite that nefarious, but yeah.
Diabolical.
Damn it, Sam.
They won't have a careful reaction anymore. It gets wild. And I really like this one. They demonstrated that mice can learn to move things with only their brain and even teleport. Aside from just being really cool, they also learned that, yes, mice like us also have three-dimensional maps in their brains. I do have a question, though. Though not everyone has an internal monologue. Not everyone has internal imagery.
This is where it gets relevant.
Around your house, you must have a map in there somewhere, even if it's not conscious. And I wonder if that's what animals experience. But we could probably soon demonstrate exactly what is going on in their heads when they think about this stuff. I did recently read a paper, and I did cover it, where they found out that mice were physically taking the action in their brains before they actually took the action. And that's very similar to what people do. But back to Doom. Mice are put in this little panorama, and they have a ball that they can walk on so they can move forward in the virtual world. They also get a little puff of air to their face to let them know that they have hit a wall, and they learn it pretty well. Now, they've given them an actual trigger that they can pull to get their enemies in the game. Now, in terms of what this actually teaches us, that yes, mice will use a firearm if trained to, and given a good enough reward to use it. I feel like there's a whole unexplored area of the Rats of Nim that maybe I need to write. And they have a guide to put this together, all the materials you need to get if you want to do it too. I don't particularly know why you would want to do this.
That's like publishing the Anarchist Cookbook on fucking open internet.
I have the desire to recreate that one. I don't know if anyone else here has seen it, but Metal Gear Revengeance, where they have that factory where they abduct children, rip their brains out, stick them into a simulation, train them to be killers, and stick the brains into Metal Gears. I now want to do that, but with rats. Just make an automaton army 10 years before any nation does, and then unleash them upon the world like something out of Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Did you ever watch Lawnmower Man?
Long time.
No, I have not.
All right. So there's the side project, the project that's going on when Lawnmower Man is created is attempting to create a combat chimp. He's stronger, faster, smaller, eats less, and more dynamic than a human can be, but also has cybernetic components built into his brain, with the future nod towards putting the chip's brain in like a freaking war machine, right? That was the entire back plot to it, and instead, Homeboy gets a hold to the genius juice and overdoses on it, and becomes our worst nightmare in AI.
Yeah, that makes sense. I keep coming back to, like, even she went out and said something about the rats of Nim. So, like, I know that Shadoo's probably a little young to remember this, and maybe even Gal, but there was this movie in the 80s.
I actually watched it as a kid.
That kind of fell in line with this.
No, I've actually seen that. I've also seen the sequel. My grandparents I'm one of those weird Zoomers who's actually watched shit on VHS because my grandparents kept all of the shows and movies that they had my mom and her sisters watch as kids. And they just kept them like squirreled away because my granddad's Irish and my grandma's Bavarian, and they just kind of hoard shit. So I grew up, whenever I'd go up and visit them, I grew up watching like Secrets of Nim, Land Before Time, Fern Gully, the old school G.I. Joe, all that shit on discs and VHSs that were older than me. So I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, Aaron Laura, Nim, NIMH. It's not National Institute for Mouse Hitmen, although that's basically what happened. Andy Pickles says Watership Down. Yeah, but I mean they weren't like lab experiments. They were just rabbits being fucking brutal ass rabbits. So, fun fact: rabbits are brutal creatures.
Yes, they like slaughtering babies,
among other things. Among other things, I've seen a rabbit take down a fucking dog 8 times its size just by gutting it with its back legs. It's pretty ugly.
Nature's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, let's do the thing. Notice I didn't focus on the no internal monologue thing, Gal.
I was just waiting for Squatch to do it. So.
I did have that conversation earlier on another panel with someone who said they don't believe those people exist. And I was like, no, I've met at least one, perhaps as many as 3 people who are self-diagnosed, non-internal monologue having individuals. And they basically tried to turn it on me and say I was one of them. And I was like, so you have not met them. He wouldn't actually take on the question as a real thing. He thought I was fucking with him. And I'm like, no, I can introduce you to the person. And he fucking left. He rage quit or some shit. I don't know.
See, I don't self-diagnose that I don't have one. Mine is just different than y'all's.
Well, that's been my defense the whole time, is that just because it doesn't register as being an interior monologue doesn't mean you don't have an identical method of putting together concepts and ideas in an abstract format. Mm-hmm. It's just you do it differently.
Yeah.
Gal, can I trade your lack of an internal monologue for the 6 that I have in my head, please?
They
like screaming. I don't like
that. Sounds like a bigger problem than you're letting on there, dude.
Don't say those things live when you're trying to get into certain locations in life. Yeah.
No, it's not schizophrenia. Don't worry about that. It's just overactive and hyperstimulated. Too much caffeine.
Did you just say you're more of a woman than I am?
Yes, he did.
No, I'm more of a caffeine addict. I like coffee too much, and I work at a coffee shop, which means I have free access to my drug of choice.
Hilariously, I was about to go make coffee because I'm tired. Not that I feel that, like, whatever. I'm not getting into it.
Physical dependency.
I don't have that. I don't necessarily need coffee. I just like coffee.
Exactly what someone with a physical dependency would say about anything.
No, I literally don't have to have it in the morning. I make it because I like it. Actually, I make it because my brother needs it.
You work more hours so you can afford more coffee, so you can work more hours so you can drink more coffee.
Negative.
All right, press the play.
The robots rebel were maybe the lab animals. I'll be the first to tell you. Follow for more.
We
All right,
have
that was it.
successfully.
We have navigated that successfully. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. So, but yeah, no, that was the thing that came up recently, and I was just like, why are we training mice to shoot people in their brains?
Because they don't have morals. They'll just do it.
Yeah, no, did you not see the conversation I was having with Andy and Lauren in the freaking chat? You want, if you're gonna, yeah, if you're gonna want to make some kind of like android, sure, an AI is good, but I mean, there's always gonna be some issues with like coding that shit. Just like train an actual organic brain and then stick that into a machine. Now you could use a person, but persons have those pesky things like morals and learned experiences, really hard to get rid of. And you could use children. And those are superfluous depending on the country you go to. And children are a viable alternative, but well, depending on where you are, there's been certain concerns raised about acquiring those through less than legal measures. And the ones in places like Africa where you could acquire them have been heavily poisoned with some kind of intoxicant to make them into child soldiers. Rats, however, can be found anywhere, breed like rabbits, and also lack morals.
Shadoo, did you watch the video I dropped in the group chat on Twitter?
I do not know. Let me look.
I watched part of it, but I didn't get all the way through it.
It's about China and babies,
yeah,
specifically growing them in.
No, I have not seen that one. I feel targeted.
To address Mr. Grant Gregory, where's Abe? Is he dead? I don't know. He might be.
He gave us no warning that he likely wouldn't be here. So.
He said he wasn't feeling great.
He's alive enough.
And that
he said he was shattered. So
yeah.
Anna said the same thing, whatever that means.
Yeah.
I don't speak the King's English.
I'm pretty sure it has something to do with being very drunk.
Yeah. I can.
All right, you convinced me.
Infer that that's the meaning, but yes.
Where is this freaking video girl said to watch? I want to see it.
Yeah, if you're looking on the mobile app, it's not going to show up there. You have to actually be on PC to find it. It's fucking pain in the ass. I really hate everything they're doing with Twitter right now. It's fucking.
No, I'm not. I'm on the browser. I'm on my computer browser because I need some 4-pin code to access it on my computer, and I never set up a 4-pin fucking code for my Twitter on my computer. Yeah. So yeah, Musk, if you're watching this, I would just like to say, could you please get rid of all those Izot possessors you hired and replace them with individuals who are actually competent?
Question: did you set up a 4-pin code for your mobile app?
No, I don't have the mobile app. I've just used the browser. I've never downloaded the app.
How are you on Twitter all day long at fucking work?
Because I can log into a browser on my phone while I'm at work, and it's dead as fuck at work usually. So I can engage with Twitter.
Okay. So because I had to set up that fucking encryption bullshit too in order to continue to see anybody's messages. But I only had to do it on the one device because it applies across your entire profile.
Yeah, I didn't do shit. I just kind of waited for it to not be annoying, and then it stopped being annoying.
Yeah, fair enough. Speaking of annoying, Gary Busey has a Christmas gift for everybody.
Ho, ho, hookers. Merry Christmas.
Got a great Christmas present for you. Listen to this. Ah! Ah! That's what a goose sounds like when they're flying. They're letting you know they're up there. Ah! Ah!
I'm sorry, this isn't AI, right? This is actually him?
This is actually him.
He looks
I'm 90% certain this is actually him.
It is.
He actually looks like this?
Yeah. Well, he's ancient now.
Yeah, I could not tell if that was fucking AI or if that was like a villain from season 1 of True Detective. What the fuck?
No, this is Gary Busey. Gary Busey posted this on fucking TikTok or Instagram or whatever.
I'm expecting brother to start ranting about some eldritch god from the depths of like the seas and the ninth world of the outer dark or some shit.
You know, the part y'all haven't noticed is the most diabolical aspect of this video.
I'm sorry.
The fact that he's a fan of killer clowns from outer space.
Wearing killer clowns.
deconstruction.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he did actually have some reconstruction surgery back in the day, but yeah, he's old. He's old, and he's always been crazy.
You're old.
Not like Gary Busey is. I'm not.
No, you are. You are.
It's true. No, this
he's
man,
81. I mean,
Yeah.
he's old enough.
Holy sour milk.
Yeah.
Good girl.
They're honking in the air.
This makes me sad.
Hey, it's scary.
I
The
mean,
weird thing is this isn't really that different from something he would have done 30 or 40 years ago either.
no, it's not.
I'm just talking about how he looks. I know the brain went way faster than that.
Oh no. Gary Busey's always been a bit of cheese sliding off his cracker kind of dude. That's not new.
I feel like the characters that he played really weren't characters because he was always kind of crazy in whatever role he was in.
Yeah. One of my favorites, like obviously he was fucking great in Lethal Weapon, but one of my absolute favorite roles of his was in Predator 2.
Yeah.
Yes, a fucking alien. Just the way he says alien reminds me of some people I knew back in the day.
Wasn't he the pitcher in Little Big League?
I think he might have been. I don't
pretty
recall.
sure. I swear. And I loved him in that role, but he had his crazy moments in that too.
Yeah. And look, I mean, I'm a fan of Gary Busey. I always have been. I think the guy is enormously entertaining. And I think that's what he's trying to do here is just entertain people with some random nonsense about geese that everybody who's ever been near one knows. So
All right. So I've got a goose story. And it's not what you'd think.
I need to correct myself because it's understandable that I said the wrong movie. It is not Little Big League. It is Rookie of the Year. They came out in the same year because it was back in the 90s when they did that stuff. Similar movie type things.
Fair enough.
So when I got my dog, Moose, he's a really big dog. First winter we were here, or I guess it was the second, because first winter he was a puppy and it didn't really go a whole bunch of places with him. But second winter he was here, we had a flock of geese fly over the house one afternoon. And he barks at everything. And so when the goose honked, he looked straight up. By the way, dogs can look up. He looked straight up and went, honk. And I went, that's a goose, Moose. And he jumped straight up in the air and fell on his ass. And then looked at me like, why'd you do that? And then jumped twice as high. He was convinced. I mean, here's the thing. Usually when a dog does this, he knows he's not going to make it and it's kind of done as a joke. But when he jumped, he was literally running as he was falling back to earth. He was convinced he was going to get him a goose right now.
What a good bird dog.
Yeah.
He's a bull mastiff. It was retarded. It was so ridiculous. The first time he did it, I just started laughing. My wife's like getting out of the car and coming in, and he looks up again and looks at me all side-eyed. She's like, what'd you just do to him? And he jumped again. And she went, damn, he's stupid. Came inside.
I mean, dogs take after their owners, so do with that information as you will.
I mean, yeah. Look, I got a bit of a goose story too. It's not, particularly funny or anything, but so I was walking past this place. I lived in where I was at in Colorado at the time. It was a place called Fort Collins, and there's a park called Roland Moore Park, and where it's situated at is actually at the in the trough between two slight upgrades, two slight hills. So you're driving down this main road, and it dips down and then it dips back up again, and the park's like right there down at the bottom of the dip. And one night I'm walking past there. It's very dark. It's very late. There's a mist coming off the pond in the park, if you ever spent any time in any kind of like mist or fog, you know that it amplifies and just dorks sound in weird fucking ways.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I was just, you know, I don't know. She's trying to be all cute today and succeeding.
That's just how it is.
And I started hearing these voices. Like, it sounded like voices were talking. Voices that were calling to me or speaking to each other just on the edge of hearing and all that shit. Well, as it turns out, it wasn't anything supernatural. It was just what geese sound like when the fucking shape of the land and the fucking fog distorts what they're actually doing. It was the weirdest fucking thing. But I was convinced I was being stalked in the mist. It was a strange night. Like I said, not a funny story, but it does involve geese.
Geese, peace was never an option.
Right? Goddamn cobra chickens anyway.
Cobra chickens. Yes, sir.
So, especially the fucking Canadian variety, right?
That's a war crime by itself.
Right? Right.
Being
And-
Canadian, I know. Poor Aaron.
No, I mean Canadian.
I am-
geese. Even the Canadians fear the fucking fearsome northern cobra chicken.
I am reminded of that like when AI really started hitting the mainstream with like all the AI videos, like those day in the life of the stormtrooper or those like Sasquatch videos. There was one that was a bunch of aliens talking about invading Earth, and it would be shit like it was a dude in a Waffle House apron. He took a smoke break after killing 3 platoons of our finest soldiers. There was one where it was a dude just like sitting, kind of shaking, and goes, "They brought our geese, or a goose. They just brought a regular goose and let it out of its cage. I lost my entire battalion."
Yeah, like Art Party saying Canada geese got nothing on Newfoundland moose. Look, I would agree with you, but Newfoundland doesn't make the moose our
Newfoundland.
problem. Whatever. They don't make the moose the U.S.'s problem. The Canadian geese are our problem. So they fucking shit everywhere. They bite. You know, they're horrendous. I had this guy I used to work with years ago. This old guy, deaf, 100% in one ear and like 90% in the other, was sitting out on his back porch with me one time. We're looking down into that same park, I might add, and it is just covered in Canadian geese. It was during the migratory season, so there were more than usual. And he was looking down there, and he looks over at me. He's like, 4 guys with scatter guns could clean that right up.
So, I hear what you're saying, but I would like to jerk a page out of Australian history for this one, brother. We do not want to pick a war with the goose.
Hold on. The failures of the Aussies was not due to a lack of martial spirit or a desire to slay the enemies. It was due to a misunderstanding of logistics that cost them that war.
Okay, but my explanation for why I say we take a look at that and rethink the concept of a direct assault is the numbers and the ability to fly.
My counterpoint is the primary issue of fighting emus was that they would cut and run the moment a gun was fired, whereas a goose will run straight at you even if you have a gun. So the primary concern of the Great Emu War will not be a factor. You need to learn from World War Z, not the Great Emu War.
You've misunderstood the threat. Yeah, sure, you're going to kill 1, maybe 2 geese, but the rest will take you out. And some of them will be flying when they make contact. Brother, you ever been goose bit?
That is a sacrifice I am willing to let others take.
So that's a no.
You may die.
When the ones in the front rank fall, the ones behind them will pick up their weapons and continue the war. We have more men than they have birds.
You want to bet?
That's not true.
Especially if we can
That's
script the
patently
illegal
not
first.
true. They have the high ground too. Like, what do you want?
We have bird shot and automatic grenade launchers. We will win this day.
Yeah, I don't know that I would use birdshot with these geese. I'd probably upgrade it to buckshot. I ain't interested in salvaging any meat. I just want them
There
gone.
is an upside to this war. If at any point in time we start winning it, the troops eat for free.
I mean, that was the other thing. Like the town I lived in had a particularly large homeless population for a nearly insignificant fucking city in Colorado. And I was sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, I was like, if all these hippies could get over themselves a little bit, we could take out like half of those fucking geese and feed everybody in town. You just have a little bit of scattershot in your drumstick or whatever. But could always be worse. It could be raining flavored coat. I mean, maybe we might lean into that. Yeah.
Flaming Cobra chickens. That's happened at least once. And they were merciful when they hit the ground.
Why are you linking to Wikipedia?
Right.
I hate you.
It is just arm a bunch of geese hunters with a bunch of Russian-made Shack 12s, and you won't have a problem. For reference, this is a automatic rifle that shoots 12-7. It is the closest thing we've ever made to a fucking bolt gun. If that's not going to put a goose down, nothing will.
Look, geese aren't like undying, vengeful spirits, bro. They'll go down to a BB. The thing is you can't kill enough of them for it to matter because there might be 10,000 in a flock.
That did not stop the British at Rorke's Drift.
I mean, these aren't black guys, but I get your point.
A well-disciplined firing line with nowhere to retreat to will hold the line against any formation. Especially if the reason you can't retreat is because a dude's got a gun to your head. Commissars, use those.
Geese. See, here's the problem. Some of those geese are flying.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why you bring guys with bird hunting guns. Shotguns.
You ever been hit by a goose, weigh 35 pounds at 70 miles an hour, terminal velocity?
Some will fall, but we have replacements.
I mean, I don't know. I'm starting to see that. Look, we napalmed the shit out of Southeast Asia, right? And a lot of bad shit happened.
They got a rich earth out of it.
They did. But like it would. I don't see the birds are flammable. We could take care of this problem really easy. I'm just saying.
Just don't combine flamethrowers and NVGs. That is a bad combination. That is a very bad combination.
For them.
No, as in if you try to use a flamethrower while wearing night vision goggles, you won't see shit.
Yeah. There's that. Here's the thing. I wasn't talking about flamethrowers. I was talking about napalm. We're gonna.
I was talking about
air raid these motherfuckers. They think they got air superiority. We're gonna show them air superiority.
A goose merely has air dominance. America has air superiority.
Yeah, but that aside, I don't like Canadian geese.
Okay. Plan B.
Geese in general, but Canadian geese in particular.
Can we deport them?
Well, see, here's the thing about a lot of the illegals in this country. They can't fly, so I don't know if that's viable. I think we actually have to shoot them down.
I mean, hold on. You can remove them from the country, and then if they try to come back, lethal force is justified at that point. Against geese, YouTube. Against geese. We are talking about deporting geese, not people. Okay, we're following the terms of service.
I'm good.
Allegedly
deporting people too.
Yeah. Is there really
more of a punishment
down
for
to it, son?
second violations of borders?
Say that again, Sasquatch.
Is there really a difference when it comes down to it?
I mean, they come into the country, they swarm people, they bite, they shit on everything. Not really.
The difference being YouTube won't take down a channel for suggesting that you kill birds. It will probably take down a channel if you suggest violence against human beings.
I wasn't
unless, of course, you're playing on
violence
Democrat
against human beings in any way.
Well,
I just
that's
said
why
I wasn't against deporting them.
And I specified violating that deportation should result in the geese being shot. I delineated I meant geese and not people.
Yeah, it's good that you did that because you remember when you said that thing about the bankers?
Yeah.
You're going to get taken down?
Just calm down, bro. Calm
I
down.
meant the fucking Swiss. I genuinely did. You're the one who had to go fucking Nick Fuentes on that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just me.
Listen, okay, I get it. I'm a Zoomer. That doesn't mean I immediately think like that gay neo-Nazi LARPing
Doesn't
Hispanic.
matter what you think. Like here's something you need to learn going forward about optics. It does not matter what you think or what you meant. What matters is what other people think that you meant.
Is what they can edit it to make you say.
Yes.
Like how you meant. I mean, even take fiction into account, for example, right? The entire death of the author trope, right? Essentially, basically, there's a whole school of literary thought that thinks that they know better than the person who fucking wrote it down. And because that person is dead and no longer around to fucking defend their shit, they can just make up whatever willy-nilly bullshit they like about whatever.
And Modern Animal Farm, the new Animal Farm does exactly this thing.
Which is distinctly Orwellian.
Yeah, no, they're literally doing 1984 by adapting Animal Farm the way they're doing it. Though, to be entirely fair, I cannot wait for when I'll get the opportunity to do that with Avatar, because the third one has made me a fan of the franchise.
Gay.
And well, no, it's inherently fucking conservative when you actually take a second to analyze it.
Gay.
I mean, I'm amazed.
James Cameron is too freaking trapped in his hippie-dippy liberal bullshit. I mean, technically speaking, we're all liberals, but
Did you get all Peter Pat whenever they were doing the Doors scene and Jack died?
I have no idea what you're referencing.
Titanic. You know, you've seen it.
I've actually never seen Titanic.
I don't believe you.
I haven't.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound out of character, but in context, it's really not. Titanic is an objectively better movie than Avatar, and it still sucks.
I have never seen Titanic, so I can't critique that. I will say I like the third one a lot more than the first one, mostly because it has a scary goth witch chick.
You know, first of all, the goth titties are always a better thing. But the problem I'm having here is that I remember what happened in Titanic. I know I've watched Avatar. Couldn't tell you a goddamn thing about it because it's completely and memorably boring.
That sounds like a skill issue because I remember the first movie way too fucking well.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you just like things that suck.
I didn't like Fallout Season 1 though, so I think that's just wrong actually.
So no, I'm not watching this new Avatar bullshit. I didn't watch the last Avatar bullshit. I unfortunately watched the first one because I was trying to get laid, and
Good man.
that was the only reason I sat through that. And at the end of it, I can't tell you what the names of the characters are. I can tell you what the only thing I remember from it was that it was basically the same plot as Fern Gully, but with less class and charm.
Nah, dude, it was Pocahontas. It was Pocahontas in space. All day long, twice on Sunday, bro. That was exactly what it was.
I would argue it's better than Pocahontas because the main villain, Miles Quaritch, just aura farms. And that's part of the reason I really liked the third one a lot more than the first one.
If he aura farmed, I'd remember who the fuck you're talking about, which I don't.
The Colonel dude who sips the coffee while blowing
up a tree. You're talking about.
No idea.
Aura farming. He's just playing one hell of a fucking role. That is one of his better roles, by the way.
Yeah, no, he's fucking great. No, in the third one, there's like a lot of shit where he just kind of gets there's a moment where he's being threatened by the newly introduced Comanche tribe ripoff thing, and they're like, what are you gonna do? Kill one of us? And he just points at one of them, pulls up the comm, and says, "Shoot that guy," and he just gets fucking dropped. To which crazy goth witch lady immediately fucking gets wet at seeing one of her people die.
I'm gonna need more to find this crazy goth witch lady.
The name is Varang. Avatar 3 Varang. That should be able to help you. Unfortunately, for your purposes, Squatch, she is flat as a board because starvation diet.
Right.
So she doesn't have big old goth titties?
No, it's legitimate. It is legitimately the personality that I think is fucking great because she is that shit fucking crazy.
Nobody cares about a goth girl's personality, dude.
She's also an alien.
Also, she's a nihilist with with an obsession with fire, which is a really fucking interesting concept.
So
That's
what you're saying is that you like this movie because it plays into your fantasies.
No, I like this movie because hold on. No, there's just two, I mean, for one, the attention to detail, like on set design, well, not set design, but like the details on the planet and stuff is really fucking good. I love Quaritch as a character because he's fucking awesome. And again, as I said earlier, it is heavily right-wing coded. I stand by that. The main character is a fucking warrior saint that rides a dragon against the progressive invaders, who in turn, their greatest champion is a fucking badass marine who has to put up with a bunch of corpo bullshit. Like it is inherently conservative, and I find that hysterical.
I think it's probably accidentally conservative if there's anything to that.
I don't care if it was intentional or accidental. Like if you seek out to make an anti-war film and you make the most pro-war film ever, like people start joining the military citing your movie thinking war is badass because of your movie. I don't fucking care if your intent was making a anti-war film. You made a pro-war film. You made a glorification of war film. Same thing here.
See, what you're doing right now is you're also providing us an example with Death of the Author, even though the author's not dead in this case.
Yes, absolutely. I don't fundamentally have a problem. I don't fundamentally have a problem with the concept of Death of the Author. I have a problem with its application. If it's a case of
please.
That's for Zabal from The Craft.
From The Craft, yes, sir.
And for the record, even though she was playing a teenager in this movie, she was not playing a teenager in The Waterboy or American History X. That woman has fantastic titties.
She has fantastic, lovely, delicious. I mean, it's so fun. I suck her daddy's dick. God damn.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Drink her bathwater. How far could I go?
No, I think that first one was pretty far.
I've had a couple of shots, brother.
I can tell. Oh man. Yeah, I do like me some Firuza Balk though. Actually, rather enjoyed her in most of the things I've seen her in. She was in
pretty much everything I've seen her in.
She's pretty good too. She was in this little gangster flick called Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead that almost nobody knows about, and she's great in that. Everybody was great in that, by the way.
Dude, that movie's hard to explain.
It is. Like Christopher Walken plays this like gang boss in he's a quadriplegic in a wheelchair the entire time. You know?
Still scarier than that motherfucker from Juice.
Yeah. You know, Steve Buscemi's greatest role of all time, and I don't think he has a single line in that movie. So, definitely, if you haven't seen that movie, check it out. It's great. I loved it. And I don't like gang flicks. I've never really cared much for that kind of thing. But yeah, it was good. It was good. It had fucking what was that? Was it Gabriel Byrne or Anthony LaPaglia? I don't remember.
I don't know.
But it's also got Christopher Lloyd, right? He plays a three-fingered pervert who runs a porno museum or a porno theater. Andy Garcia. I think that's right. Thank you, man. Arden Party, yeah. Anyway, I was just waiting for Gal to get started on this next topic here. I don't know if she is yet or not.
I think earlier she should. I think earlier she said that she wanted to make coffee.
How long does it take to fucking make coffee?
Well, if her coffee machine is acting up and she's stuck in a conversation, probably a bit.
I mean, it's a percolator. It takes like 4 minutes, dude.
What if the company gives you one that fucking sucks?
Okay, why would a company have given her one?
I'm more venting about work than anything else right now.
I can see that, but she's not at work. I'm just saying, Gal seems like the kind of person that if she was going to buy a fucking coffee machine, then she would buy a coffee machine that worked and worked well. No. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and bring up this next topic and get into it a little bit, and she can join us when she does here. So, for those who don't know, there's a man named Yuval Noah Harari, who is, in theory, a historian, but he's also been like mouthing off about science. He's very Bill Gatesy, right? Except I think this guy probably does understand more of the actual science than Bill Gates does, which is scarier, in my opinion. And he's addressing the WEF here. Yes, we are bringing it back to the WEF late in the year. So, yeah, it's just, let's see what he's got to say here.
Control of data might enable human elites to do something even more radical than just build digital dictatorships. By hacking organisms, elites may gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself. Because once you can hack something, you can usually also engineer it. And if indeed we succeed in hacking and engineering life, this will be not just the greatest revolution in the history of humanity. This will be the greatest revolution in biology since the very beginning of life 4 billion years ago. For 4 billion years, nothing fundamental changed in the basic rules of the game of life. All of life, for 4 billion years, dinosaurs, amoebas, tomatoes, humans, all of life was subject to the laws of natural selection and to the laws of organic biochemistry. But this is now about to change. Science is replacing evolution by natural selection with evolution by intelligent design. Not the intelligent design of some god above the clouds, but our intelligent design and the intelligent design of our clouds, the IBM cloud, the Microsoft cloud. These are the new driving forces of evolution.
So I hate it.
Yeah, you should, because what he's talking about is, playing God.
Yes, yes.
I am aware of Sam's general opinions of my Christian extremism. However, can I just say that this fucking godless transhumanist is, frankly, just a greater threat than any pagan ever was, and that I don't think anyone would be upset if certain inquisitions were employed to root out such ideologies, because that is just, I'm getting pissed. I'm getting angry actually right now.
You should
hearing that bullshit.
You should be pissed about this. I don't care that the man doesn't believe in God or that he thinks God makes mistakes or whatever. Sometimes I think gods make mistakes too. Free will being number one, first and foremost among them. However, nothing gives us the right to do what he's talking about doing.
Yeah. See, he's worse than someone who thinks God. He is worse than someone who thinks that God made a mistake or that God is maybe not, that God isn't real. He's a motherfucker that probably is like, okay, God is real, I can do better. That is a level of narcissism that even I wouldn't joke about fucking having. And I like self-identify as a narcissist day to day. Like, this motherfucker thinks he can do life better than God. Like, oh, we will be able to make life based on an intelligent design, not by some god in the clouds, but by our, like, go fuck yourself. Go, you're not fucking shit. You're not fucking shit. You exist because of a society that, without that fucking society, you'd be dead in a fucking ditch somewhere or wouldn't have ever been born. Go fuck yourself. You're not a god. You're just some fucking meat sack pretending like you're something. I'm pissed. Fuck,
I'm not even
okay.
Look, you can take this. Go ahead.
Don't hold back. Tell me how you really feel.
Here's the thing, right? I don't care if you believe in creationism. I don't care if you believe in evolution. I don't care if you somehow merge the two, which to my mind makes more sense, although I'm not sure I still buy that either. I don't think any of that shit matters. The fact is that things are the way they are, and they work the way they are. When we start getting into the weeds of like, oh, we can make improvements, or we can do this, or we can do that, right? We start to get ideas above our actual physical station. Right?
100%.
Now, whether you believe in any of this shit or not, right? If you look at the old stories from not just the Christian religion, all religions have a version of or something of this kind of story. What happens to people who suffer the hubris to believe that they could be on the same footing as a god? What happens to them? What happened to Bellerophon? What happened to Icarus? What happened to Babel?
Arachne.
Arachne is another great fucking example.
Right?
If they're fucking lucky, they die screaming. If they're like most
Bellerophon
of them,
did.
If they're like most of them, they are given a torment, a suffering far worse than anyone could ever stomach inflicting on another person.
I mean, even
of their fucking hubris.
As simple as Babel, which arguably is probably the least worst of all of them, it just knocked the tower down and made sure nobody could understand each other, so they couldn't work together to build it again.
I would disagree. I would say that's one of the more that's not as horrific as being turned into a spider monster.
No, he was saying that was one of the lesser punishments.
Right? No. But I'd still say that death is still far more is still a far better alternative to Babel, because think about it. Every single person started speaking a completely different language. You can't speak the same language as your wife, as your children, as your parents, as your brother, as your sister. You have just lost your entire fucking community. You've just lost everyone in a single instant. But worse, they're still there. They're still next to you. You just can't communicate with them. You can't exchange information with them. You are cut off from them forever, but they're right there. That is a hell. That is a fucking hell right there.
It's a temporary one, though, because you're still mortal.
Death is a significantly quicker
game. Whereas Tantalus, who believed that he was in fact superior to the gods, ended up with a much more eternal punishment.
That's worse than the Tower of Babel.
But and I realize I'm pulling a lot of Greek examples here, but they had a lot of them of humans trying to be better than they were. And here's the thing: I don't have a problem with humans aspiring to be better than they are. What I have a problem with is them doing so on a scale that will affect all of us down the road, right? This whole transhumanist thing, like one way or the other, whether or not God step in to rectify the situation or punish the fucking hubris or do whatever, even if that never fucking happens, that doesn't matter. What this guy is attempting to do is to rewrite reality on a genetic level, right? And that leads us to all kinds of problems, up to and including a soft extinction. Like maybe they're not talking about often like billions of fucking people. They're just talking about recoding them.
I thought we were just breeding
something else.
Latinos.
No. So, and that's, I mean, when that happens, that will be the end of our species. We may not physically be dead, but we will no longer be human.
No, and the absolute most horrific part of this, in my opinion, is the fact that this kind of power, and don't mistake it, this technology, this ability to recode life is power. It is objectively a power. Whenever someone achieves a new unprecedented power, they're able to control everyone around them. You figure out how to make steel, you can conquer your neighbors and make them bend to your will. You figure out gunpowder, you're good to go. You figure out loaning and finance, you're good to fucking go. The ability to rewrite genetics on that level will let you rule everyone. And the one who has the greatest mastery of that power and the greatest access to it will rule everyone. Who are going to be the ones that have the greatest mastery and access of this power? It's not going to be those of good morals. It's not going to be those of competency or maturity. It's going to be the fucking whiny little man children who have the money for it, who have the connection.
I would like to touch on something you said there. It's not going to be the ones with the morals. There won't be any morals. They will code those out of you.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's going to be worse.
because-
I disagree
Yes, because-
with their egg. Listen, what's going to happen is these wormy little computer geeks are going to genetically edit themselves absolute chads for children.
Yeah.
All Americans. Think about it. They're going to stupidify the universe.
No, I disagree, because that would mean they create something better than themselves, and I imagine most of these people are too fucking narcissists to want to live in a world where there's something better than them. I think they would erase everything exceptional from everyone else and rule as one-eyed men in kingdoms of the blind. That's what I think personally. I have no faith in any ability of these people to make anything better than themselves.
Absolutely not.
I'd agree.
But they will have the tools capable of creating something they believe.
Yeah. They believe. I'm going to finish that sentence for you. They believe is better. you kind of left off a couple of words there.
No, but whether or not it's better or not is immaterial, because that's not for them to decide. They believe, period, and they will create that which they believe is better.
Better than you, better than me, better than Sam, better than Gal, but not better than themselves. They're too fucking
Not better than
narcissistic.
Gal. I've seen what Gal's working with, and I think she might be one of the superior race.
Yeah, go back to the beginning of the stream, dude. There was jiggles.
I was always curious how such an abomination as women's suffrage was able to occur, and now I'm understanding it. Titties.
I blame the corset. I blame the corset.
It's a little bit less. How do I put this? It's less lusty than that. The whole the women's suffrage thing came about because men wanted more votes for their side. It had nothing. Women, like a handful of women, fought for that shit, and most of them were like, "No, we don't. No, no."
Yeah. I don't care either way. Hate monger was correct. Boobies are the enemy.
No, boobies are the greatest thing. Boobies are the greatest stress reliever on the planet, dude.
They are a threat.
No.
They are a threat to our republic.
I am telling you right now. First of all, you don't have enough experience with boobies to be able to make that call. Secondly,
I don't care.
Secondly,
right now,
if you are feeling down or blue or overwhelmed, look at some boobies. I guarantee you will forget whatever it was.
What I've got Oxy for.
Yeah, let's go ahead and chemically fucking alter things when we have a perfectly viable natural antidepressant on the chest of every woman.
That's what I fucking said.
For speaking of which,
did you just what? Hi.
I'm less sad now.
Here you go.
Sad. Here we go. See? See? Told you. This show has turned a leaf, man. We're gonna make it.
Right.
Suddenly.
I do not recommend getting used to it. Y'all know my normal wardrobe. Just saying.
Yeah.
Turtlenecks and ties.
Turtlenecks.
No, that's why we're enjoying what we got while we got it.
So I don't know why she's not big screen constantly. That's my question.
Why what?
If she was on my channel, we'd already be there. We'd have been waiting for her to come back patiently.
Yep.
Y'all just talk in the background, and I'm just the.
I tell you what, if y'all send $25 to Sam, she'll jiggle bigger.
Actually, that's hold on. Before we go down this road, I probably should have said this at the top of the show, but I was as y'all were there. Y'all saw what happened.
I didn't.
So I will no longer be using Cash App. There's not a link pinned with the Cash App at the top of the chat for reasons that involve. Well, they changed their policy recently, and now they are openly doxing people's full legal fucking names to anybody who has access to that shit. So I closed my account. I'm looking for a viable alternative at the moment. So, but we're not going to be going through them anymore on this channel. So Sasquatch, on the other hand, I don't know if he's got an issue with that.
So
if he doesn't,
me $25, I will talk to her for an hour straight until she feels better. If I can get her Cash App, I'll send her money.
Oh, Lord.
So,
You can
anywho,
call me Sasquatch. I don't mind.
right. While you were off making coffee for what appeared to be an inordinately long amount of time,
I was making dinner.
Good girl.
fair enough. That explains the gap.
Gap?
Not that gap.
Oh,
So, were you by chance listening in?
nope. Had my reggaeton on.
All right. So we're in the middle of a conversation. I kind of feel like we should play the thing again, but I'll just quote it. Are you aware of who Yuval Noah Harari is?
Gesundheit.
I'll take that as a no. All right. So he was addressing the WEF. He's got his fingers in all the fucking future science transhumanist shit. Control of data might enable human elites to do something even more radical than just build digital dictatorships. By hacking organisms, elites may gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself. If indeed we succeed in hacking and engineering life, this will be not just the greatest revolution in the history of humanity, this will be the greatest revolution in biology, end quote.
Yay.
Human elite.
Yeah.
I want you to hear this guy's voice because it gives you an idea of what we're dealing with.
To do something even more radical.
Oh my God.
Build.
Oh my God. Dude.
Oh, she's heard enough.
Oh my God. That is not a good look, my guy.
So I'm going to ask again, Gal, and I've asked this a lot lately. Who actually won World War II? And shut up, Egg. You don't get to answer this one.
I don't think I want to say my answer.
Right? It does seem as if fortress
Switzerland.
Shush, 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 shush. I'm just saying, though.
The news. The news one.
Fourth, fifth. I mean, like, where are we at this point? I mean, what happens when we get to the 6th and the 7th? Then what happens? How about them dogs? Anybody been watching any wrestling lately? How about we talk about a movie?
No.
Talk about Avatar 3.
So we were just talking about fucking Shadoo's sudden obsession with fucking blue cat women.
What?
No, my sudden obsession with themes of gods versus godless people, the necessity of violence to defend those that are sacred and innocent.
Yeah, nihilistic goth
clash.
chick fighting blue cat women.
No. The goth chick is a blue cat woman who is a goth witchy chick that recognizes the inherent superiority of humanity.
So you don't deny the blue cat women.
We have invented things like Lockheed Martin, Oshkosh,
That's not a denial.
Fairchild Republic, Zastava Arm. We have made war and death better. So when you're something that worships war and death, humanity is just frankly a superior organism.
I'm just saying.
No, that is not
women.
So
you guys are getting hung up on the fucking sexual component.
How do
Meanwhile,
you
I'm
feel about tentacles there, kid?
Oh, I fucking hate them, and that's why Asari are very questionable to me.
This should really be the only one anyway, so.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the scales weren't doing it so much for me, but the titty bounce was, so it balances out, I think, on average.
Abuse the privilege.
Right. So, but I guess I kind of want to put a cap on that last topic, though, about the whole playing God thing. Don't. Just flat out, don't.
Right? No, even the plot of Gattaca comes back as such an affront to such a level of hubris of mankind that it threatens to ruin. See, there's a lot that's left unsaid in the plot. Things like The fact that all of the rich people chose the 5 dozen alleles that were, primo and were wealthy, valuable or whatever, means that the next generation of humans, regardless of who these people sleep with, will carry those as dominant traits, which means inbreeding is inevitable in the very near future of that particular timeline.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm so fucking tired of these fucking rich assholes gathering in fucking secret cabals that they televise and then release clips like this of, going around saying, oh, we have the best plan for humanity going forward. I actually have a problem with fucking Elon Musk for the same goddamn reason, because he's got it into his head that whatever he does is the best plan and the only plan forward. And that's the same problem I have with fucking Christians and Muslims and Jews and pretty much anybody who's like, I have the best plan. Listen to me.
I want to defend Musk right here because he at least vocalizes a fear in what he's doing, that it is possible these horrible things could come to pass. And the idea that he's aware of it makes me feel just a little bit better, because when faced with the reality of it, he might make the right decision. He at least has,
sure, he might.
But he was presenting to a room full of people with the power to affect this change who will not share that same trepidation.
It's the same reason why most people are terrified of kings or dictators. Sure, the first guy might be the good one, but it only takes one bad one to really fuck things up. It doesn't matter if you have 100 men with this technology doing good things, being genuinely good people. It just takes one tyrannical, despotic son of a bitch to take this technology and completely and utterly ruin our species like that. Wait,
all right.
Not just ours, from what he was saying, not just our species, all species.
All right. So this is a rough analogy, but I think it's a decent one. Sunflowers. You know how sunflower seeds are made?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So the gene combination that creates most of the sunflower seeds that you eat is a selectively bred and later CRISPR edited gene sequence. Now, it's selectively bred first. They found a gene through selective breeding and then utilized CRISPR to put it in a stronger, better, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, my point is it's most of them now are gene modified, but they didn't used to be. And they were exactly the same. The problem with this is if you take a sunflower seed out of a package and you plant it, you'll get a sunflower that makes a bunch of seeds, but not nearly as many as the parent. If you keep doing that over a few generations, it sort of wilds back out, but it doesn't wild out to a wild version. It wilds out to a domesticated feral version.
Yeah.
Get the difference?
Well, yeah, it's sort of like, okay, so if you take dog breeds, right? You breed dogs for thousands of years to be like mankind's best friend and do all the mankind best friend things and all that shit. And it's become a different animal than it started, right? And then, you leave it alone in the wild, in the urban wild for, a couple of years, and it becomes, again, something else.
Pigs might be a better analogy.
It might, yeah.
Fucking wild hogs, motherfucking wild hogs. That is a significantly better analogy, actually, because they are the one animal in the United States you're allowed to hunt by helicopter because of how fucking dangerous they are and how fast they fucking
spread.
Fully
automatic weapons.
And they were domesticated.
Wild hogs are no joke.
Yep. No, that's probably a better analogy for what you're getting at here. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I think that this is one of the reasons that I actually kind of absolutely hate the idea of CRISPR or CRISPR-9 for those who don't know, it's the machine they use to do gene editing lately. It's what they use to build the direwolf wannabes that were not actually direwolves, but were in fact just fucking, tweaked gray wolves.
Designer dogs.
Yeah.
Is what they were.
No, but this is the kind of thing that leads to Jurassic Park, man. even if they don't start tweaking with us, and they're absolutely going to do that. They're absolutely going to be selling designer fucking babies before they're even conceived.
Twitter would like to redesign your DNA using CRISPR. I selected only while using the app.
Yeah, but even if they don't do that, you're going to end up with these fucking chimeric abominations that kind of look like T-Rexes eating people.
Or like you said, designer babies.
Yeah, also eating people eventually, I think.
Okay.
Soylent Green's people.
My buddy Ice, he's been making I think I've shilled his project a few times on this stream whenever he's had like a big art project going. One of the factions in his universe is called Wendigo. It's kind of like a fucking WEF organization named Wendigo because he wanted it to be really fucking on the nose. And pretty much everything in it is him just trying to think, what is the most evil thing I can think of using technology? And then he'll write it down and then he'll Google it afterwards to see if it's a thing. And it's usually some like super humanist or transhumanist or group of individuals of a persuasion I won't describe on stream because they rule the world, have actually expressed that, yeah, this is a good thing we should do. And this kind of technology where like designing yourself and designing people and designing your offspring is exactly one of the things he's made that these things do, and is one of the reasons they are so evil, because they design themselves to be above mankind to the point where they view humans not just as slaves but as cattle, something to be culled and eaten because they are above us.
I think Squatch's Gattaca reference was kind of on point about how that's going to be, at least for the beginning part of it, where you've got the ones who were genetically perfect, who were designed in the womb, right, are going to be the top cream of the crop of society. The ones who were born naturally with all the flaws that entails, second-class citizens if they're fucking lucky.
I can tell from this conversation nobody watched the video that I sent. I know Sam started the video.
I did start it. I didn't watch it. Actually, we can bring it up if you want.
It's a longish video, but
the one just, about China
rich Chinamen have $100 to $300 surrogate.
Oh God,
IVF
yes, I read all of
babies.
that fucking shit. It's fucking amazing.
There's one dude that currently I believe has or like his preference is sons, and then the other dude, his preference is daughters, and the sons are to the daughters are to be bred, if you will, for or petri dished for arranged marriage purposes to further his business conglomerate bullshit nonsense. And then the men are to be like standard operating procedure men in China. The boys that
all right, so creating. You're doing a decent job at explaining this, but basically he's wanting to breed, and we don't know who the father is, with basically Instagram models and other surrogates. Like they will pay. All right.
So the one that wants the female babies is doing it with models, yes. And they're his daughters via IVF.
No, the one that they interviewed for that one. There are others though, and these people are less scrupulous. One of the things they're doing is they have a male donor and a female donor for the egg and sperm in vitro fertilization with a paid surrogate in the U.S., generally in California, done through a government-operated connection website that is pretty much unique to California and like New York, I think.
Yeah, and it's all like U.S. citizen babies because they're all born in
exactly. That's the problem I have with it. Is every single one of these is a U.S. citizen, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yep.
They were both
there is something
born from on U.S. soil.
There is something you can do about it. However, that would require an admitting that most of our Constitution was time-coded, and we unfortunately are no longer the nation we were when it was written. And that is a conversation most people, including myself, really don't want to fucking have right now. That's not me rage baiting, by the way.
what's the amendment again? The verbiage of it technically would apply now because under the jurisdiction thereof, right? So like just because you're born here doesn't mean that you're under the U.S. jurisdiction. Which one is it?
Wasn't it the 13th Amendment, the one that basically when if you were a slave, you are now of the United States?
Sure.
You're not like that was trying to fix that stopgap, and then was it the 1930s? There was some court case that basically was used to go, yeah, no, this applies to everyone born in the United States, which is really fucking silly when you think about it.
It's going to the Supreme Court because
I remember hearing about that.
Baby stuff.
Hold on, I've got a
was the
physical
13th.
copy of the fucking Constitution in my room.
So do I. I have a pocket one that I'm looking at right now.
It's not a pocket one. It's a Costco. It's like a big old hardback one I got from Costco a couple years back. I believe I'm like 90% sure it was the.
I was looking at the wrong.
Pretty sure it's the 13th Amendment.
Congress shall have no power to enforce this.
For reference, if you wanted to drop it into your chat, Sasquatch, I did put the link for that in case anybody wants to watch it. It's the YouTube link that I just put in the private chat there.
Okay, no, it's Matt Christensen regular.
Huh?
I watch Matt Christensen regular.
Yeah, he dropped that video today. He's from my home state.
For anybody who cares to go see it, here it is in my chat. So
you could probably just drop it in
I could, but then I got to open up another. It won't go to all the locations for me for some reason. I fucked up something somewhere along the lines, and so it only drops shit in my chat on YouTube. It won't even put it on the fucking Rumble side or any of that. It's kind of ridiculous. That's why I put it in the private chat in case you want to do that. Because otherwise, I got to open a whole nother window.
No, I want to ask you down at the bottom where it says post a comment, share your referral link, and it's got a little picture. Does it say all or just have your picture there?
So it says all.
Okay, it should go to my chat.
And it doesn't.
So when you click it, it's only Sam's. Like click the down arrow.
Right.
Yeah, and then it just says can't post comments to some destinations. It's really stupid. I have not been able to fix this. It's been this problem for a long time.
All right, Ardent Party,
like many others.
Thank you.
Yep, appreciate it, man. Thanks, Ardent.
These good people.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get permission from Kenzo because the other thing I put in the private chat was that cartoon that I mentioned at the top of the show because he just put it out there for all to see after they debuted it this morning. So if he answers me, we'll bring it up. Well, that's what we'll close the show out with, hopefully. I just don't want to show his work without his permission because he's a pal. So
we could always link it in the stream description if he doesn't answer. Like put his channel stuff in the.
Yeah, this will be. I don't know if he's actually got it on his YouTube channel, but he put out the video on the Twix, and it's fucking hilarious. Hope y'all like Homeland. You know what? This might be one of those better to ask forgiveness than permission situations. I don't think Kenzo's gonna mind that much.
Yeah.
Worst comes to worst, you just have to edit out English. Worst comes to worst, all you have to do is go back to the stream and edit this part out.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna correct yourself, you should say worse comes to worst.
See, I'll take that when you come back wearing Hugo Boss uniform. Wearing a Hugo Boss uniform. Until then, I refuse.
With the jodhpurs and everything?
Full neo-Nazi, full Nazi SS officer look. Only well accept a grammar Nazi's opinion.
So with the jodhpurs and everything.
So also known as a New Jersey cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
don't
you're
know,
the one
man.
that started it by correcting yourself, and I just made it better.
As established previously, I am a hypocrite. What's your point?
I don't think I was there for that.
I established this all the... Well, I mean, you haven't been here for a few weeks. Neither have I really been here for that often. And I won't be here often again, so, you know, there is that.
Yeah, you're freaking boot.
Not yet. In like 3 or 4 weeks. 3 weeks.
Say that again, Cal.
Say what again?
What you just said.
You're a freaking boot?
Mm.
Dude, I'm a Marine. That's like almost a daily.
Yeah. Just look me in my eyes when you say it.
Right. Oh man. So I figure
T-shirts again now.
you're gonna wear what now?
T-shirts.
I vote against it.
It's like
Getting out of control.
Do you really think that's with degenerates such as these? Do you really think that's actually going to make a difference?
Hold on there. We have the advantage. I say we put it to a vote.
Hey.
Here's the thing.
No, my vote counts for 3. There's 1, 2, and 3.
She's got 2 points. She's got
Your
2
eyes
great
are up
points.
here.
Why are we talking about this like this is a fucking democracy? This is a freaking panel. That means Sam gets final say. As fucking
Shut up,
annoying
Ed.
as it is.
What the
But
fuck?
hear me out. If we vote as a woman, she'll go with the majority.
Yeah, that is scientifically backed. But again, democracy is cringe and gay. So why would we allow a democracy
Ruining
here?
everything. Eggs, stop it.
Yes, I get told that on the daily. What's your point?
You realize you're just making an argument for me to kick you off the panel, right?
I mean, if you were gonna do it, it would happen, and if you're not gonna do it, it's not gonna happen. So
Right.
I care why? Question mark.
So anyway, I mean, you know, I don't know about the degenerate stuff. Like, look, I can be somewhat degenerate. Everybody knows that I'm a bit of a sleuth sometimes, but I don't.
That's my department.
I don't fuck around with my friends. And GHAL is my dear friend. However, that doesn't mean that I don't occasionally ogle them. So,
I mean, why'd God put them there, right?
I mean, if you're gonna have like stress relieving fucking eye candy right there, and I'm in a bad mood, I'm gonna take advantage of the situation. I'm gonna get my Auga on. Yeah.
You remember the wolf from the old Looney Tunes films? He was my hero. Him and Pepe Le Pew.
Right.
Day.
Anyway, I think this is probably a good time to close out the show because we're going to get
right.
like,
It's fixing to get
derailed.
it's going to get bad. So if one of the two of you wouldn't mind bringing up the X post in the private chat from Art by Kenzo, and go ahead and take a look at that before we finish out.
I just realized I'm the only person on panel who has absolutely no fucking control on said panel.
No, you're not. I have no control.
Because you.
I just happen to be present.
I thought you did. I thought you did, Squatch.
No.
I thought you were. Oh, never mind.
I just happen to be faster than Gal.
Oh no, I was just waiting for you to do it.
When the Fap family left on their Christmas vacation,
Did we miss the No, you just made it.
they forgot one small thing.
Have yourself
I've got a terrible feeling. Did we lock up?
Let yourself be light.
Did we set the timers on the lights?
Mm-hmm.
What else could we be forgetting? Our troubles will be ours.
Blake!
Homo, alone.
We know you're in there.
It's Santa Claus and his elf.
Get off my property. This is my house. I have to defend it. Where's your mother? My mom's in the car. Where's your father? He's at work. What about your brothers and sisters? I'm an only child. Where do you live? Can't tell you that. Why not? Because you're a stranger.
He's a kid. I mean, what can a kid do to us? Kids are stupid. I know I was.
You still are, bro. This is it.
I don't care if I have to get out of your runway and hitchhike. I'm going to get home to play.
Yeah. What are you, you little prick?
I'm gonna kill that kid!
Why'd you take your shoes off?
Why are you dressed like a chicken?
Paul the Duke, Polish King of Chicago. If you need to get home, we'll gladly drive you.
Hey, guys.
Yesterday, he was just a kid. But tonight, he's a home security system.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
From the full Aussie,
You know, I got a feeling this is going to be your best Christmas ever.
a family comedy without the family. Homo alone.
Are you here all alone? I'm 8 years old. You think I'd be here alone? I don't think so.
All right, so shout out to Kenzo, Art by Kenzo on Twitter and YouTube and whatnot, who had this made. Everybody who you heard in the voice actors are all people that we know who are associated with the Full Aussie podcast. Also, shout out to the Full Aussie podcast. They're awesome. They stream at weird hours for me, but they're amazing people nonetheless. Go check them out as well. And I will be linking all this shit after the show in the description below so that you can find them and check them out. And yeah, that was awesome. That was hilarious. Well done. I especially like the inclusion of Paul. So they announced this last night on Beelzebub. Grant Gregory and Kenzo did, and they said, "Well, yeah, we're going to show a thing," and somebody here on the panel is in it. And I'm just sitting there, and so like we were all wondering for a couple of hours before they fucking aired it. It was like, "Who the fuck is it?" And it was Paul, and he was great. So, yeah, it was it's a good time. And so, yeah, I think that's probably a great place to bring the show to a close. And again, shout out to the Full Aussie, shout out to Art by Kenzo and everybody over there. Y'all are awesome. Go check them out as well. I will be putting all of that shit down there. Yeah, it's not there yet. Don't look for it yet because it ain't there, but I'll get there. Anyhow, I think we've had a good show. You know? It's been a pretty good one. And you know what? We're at the end of it, and Gal's not mad at me. So
Wait a minute. You make it sound like I'm always mad at you by the end.
You see the eggnog she was drinking? We need to get her drunk more.
I did put eggnog in my coffee.
I know you. Yes. I can predict things.
Indeed. So also, we do need to have a bit of in memoriam for our poor pal, Shadow of Hawk, who will no longer be with us, at least for a while.
Yeah. Odds are this, going off previous scheduling and the fact that I'm going out of town next week, this is probably my last Screaming into the Void for like at least 6 months, probably more.
You're going to be busy, kid.
Yeah.
Come January, I'm officially government property.
Yeah. Officially. The rest of us are just unofficially.
Yeah, I'm owned. I know it.
I can't wait to tell you that I work for a living, whereas you do not.
It's going to be amazing.
I had to put all the work stuff, man. It was like, I don't know, too much like work.
I get to call you Butterbar. It's
great. Cluu says, impregnate a white woman as you were told while you're gone, buddy.
Just not a stripper. Avoid the strippers. Do not fall into that trap.
All right. So
I am aware. No,
but
you can be aware all you want.
No stripper wife. Get a Mustang with a 15% interest rate.
You got to get a Hellcat nowadays, bro. It's a Hellcat.
No. The Marine thing is the Mustang. See, what I did was I didn't do the 15%. interest rate. I didn't get mine right off of base. I got it in Idaho. Yeah.
See, I'm smart enough to waste all my money at freaking half price books and put the rest of it into Bitcoin, so I should be fine.
Either way, regardless, you've been a part of the show for a long time, kid. We're gonna miss you while you're gone. Best of luck to you. Keep your head down and get back to us when you can.
Will do.
So that's probably going to be the nicest thing I'll ever say to you. So,
and one more thing, bro. You need to put this one down in your little book, your handy dandy notebook. Don't let the man get you down.
Don't go down on the man either.
Definitely don't do that last one.
All right,
that would be really fucking gay. That would be really fucking gay. And unfortunately for all the gay men who have an interest in me for some fucking reason, I'm homophobic, so not going to happen.
Well, if there's enough of them and only one of you, I mean,
wait till you get there and see if you're homophobic.
Right.
See,
here's the thing.
You're going to be drawing a lot of penises.
A lot of penises on a lot of things.
Well, you know.
One of them might even be a penis.
I guess it depends on your MOS, whatever they're called for officers.
Oh, wait. He's not joining the Navy, is he?
No.
No.
I mean, technically speaking.
The Air Force?
No, Marine Corps, which is under the Department of the Navy, technically.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's why I'm speaking to him as a Marine. These are all the things that he'll be hearing and doing and seeing.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll see it from a different side, but behind the desk.
My buddy, one of my buddies at work constantly like fucks with me based off all the shit he's seen online about how enlisted Marines act. He's like, you're going to be dealing with you're going to be the target of this. And I'm like, I won't be the target of that. I'll be the motherfucker having to manage that. And he's like, oh, that's worse. And I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, regardless, seriously, with all sincerity, best of luck to you. I hope you find what you're looking for. Do you have anything you want to shout out before you vacate us for the last time for some time?
If you want to see any of my schizo bullshit while I've still got access to it, check out my Twitter, which will be going dark, possibly even. I'll make an announcement for sure if I end up deciding on this, but I might end up just straight up like drop it, like just deleting my Twitter come January. So I haven't fully decided whether or not I will, but just keep if you see me disappear over there come January, that's most likely the reason why. And I am debating on whether or not I probably won't do this, but I'm debating on whether or not I work on a video idea I've had for a while and publish that on YouTube before I leave, just to see what happens to it while I'm gone, but I don't know if I'll get around to that or not. But yeah, those are the two big things.
Fair enough. Well, if you want to keep an eye out for the potential video that Shadow may or may not make and drop at some point before he gets shanghaied, the link to his YouTube channel is in the description below already, so you can find it there if and when it does happen. Yeah, and again, like I said, best of luck to you. Caucasian Sasquatch, do you have anything you want to shill or promote this evening?
Tomorrow, I am doing the Blast Radius, and I'm going to have a bit of a discussion about synths, as in Fallout 4 type synths, Westworld, and transhumanism. Not sure how good it's going to be, but I've kind of been thinking on it quite a bit, and you know how I think. So that's the Blast Radius tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if we're going to be doing the Naughty Corner. It's Christmas, so we'll see. But that's Tuesday, and then I'm back here next week. And I'm probably going to do 2 game streams because I want to show off my Commonwealth that I've built in Fallout 4 because they are absolute freaking chuds.
Indeed. Green-haired anti-liberal. What do you got coming up, if anything?
Nothing. I'm still on a hiatus on my channel stuff. Hopefully there is a light at the end of the tunnel there, but no guarantees. I will try to be better, at least coming on every other week. as was the original plan, for Static 2020, Dermy Wormy, and this channel. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's me. Follow me on Twitter. I'll repost when I'm going to be on and stuff.
All right. Fair enough. It brings it around to me. You can find me here on this channel doing all the things because this is, my channel. So I kind of have to be here. It's a whole thing. I don't have any definite plans for specific games coming up, but there will be some game streams at some point throughout the next week. I will be doing a Whispering in the Dark. I have not decided yet if I'm going to do it on Christmas Eve or if I'm going to do it on the 30th of November, but either way it will, or the 30th of December. Either way, it will be before the end of the month and the new year. But it might just be on the 30th because it'll probably be the last thing that I upload to this channel before the new year. And then, we will be back here next week for Screaming into the Void. I don't know what kind of show we'll have. We might just fucking hang out and bullshit for a little while. Maybe I might get some booze even. We'll see what happens. And there will be a whispering or I got so many goddamn shows I got to keep track of now. There will be an Abyssal Musings next Friday as well. And from what I understand, I think we're actually going ahead with Beelzebub on Devil's Channel, Beelzehub next week as well too. So keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, if and when Amira goes live, I will probably be helping out with that. You can find me in the chat there or backstage helping out. All that said, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. Glad to have my panelists here, especially Shadoo and GHAL at this time of year. So, Sasquatch is kind of attached to me at the hip at this point. It's a little gross and weird.
It's kind of gay, dude.
See, when he does that shit, he just makes it worse.
Or better.
Right, or better. But yeah, thanks to the panelists. Thanks to everybody in chat. You guys are fucking amazing. You show up week after week and all the good stuff. We appreciate all of you. Thank you all. Have a great night. This has been a fucking fun ass stream. If you do holiday stuff, enjoy your holiday stuff. We'll see y'all next time. Remember, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobra chickens. Bye, everybody.